Answer me true, and thee shall pass.
Where am I? What is this place? Who are you?
Such a fragile life form. I am a time guardian.
Can you explain what has happened?
In regards to what? Reality? Time? Multiple universes?
Let's start with the question of where I am.
Not relevant.
Really? Okay, how about when I am?
Ah, better. You are stuck in between the past and the future, neither here nor there.
It's never clear with you people. Gordon had sent me into the past, to the Antyllus, to fix something, which in turn would help my situation dealing with Frost.
Frost. He has caused much chaos, an architect of anarchy. And you, thinking the whole universe revolves around yourself.
I was told that it does.
True. But still, to accept that, what an ego you must have.
I do what I can, not because of ego, but out of necessity. I never asked for this.
Cry me a universe. You caught me on a bad day.
What's gone wrong? I was in the past doing what Gordon required of me, and then suddenly I'm here. Wherever this is.
You missed your window for getting back. I rescued you. You're welcome.
But I have no memory of what I did. Was I successful in fixing Gordon's mistake?
Don't know. Although it is in the past from your point of view, it still hasn't played out yet. That will happen when two universes align, and what was done in the past in one reality will play out in a future one. The one I am going to send you to.
Is this future my primary reality? Or another one?
We're wasting time. And believe me, that is heresy.
Is it my fault that I'm dealing with things beyond my comprehension?
I would say yes. Look, I'll leave you with this. Your next mission. Take it seriously. Solve the mystery. Do that, and you'll be back on track.
Very well. Will I remember any of this?
I hope not. Your little mind can only handle so much. For what it's worth, good luck, Captain.
Thank you. Will we meet again?
If we do, it means you failed.
What happens now?
You save the universes, or die trying.
Captain, incoming message.
Put it on the screen, Starlin.
Channel open, sir.
Ah, Uncle Shalob. Hello, Sharp. Good to see you.
Congratulations on your recent promotion. Well deserved.
Thank you, Captain. It's appreciated.
Is there anything the Antyllus can do for you?
We have a bit of a mystery here. The freighter Caleb 4 reported a gigantic life form which has never been catalogued before. I will send you the coordinates they reported. I know you are not primarily a science vessel, but it's important. We cannot wait for the next available science ship. The creature, if that's what it is, may move on from the vicinity, and we may never find it again.
I understand the significance of discovering new life forms, but what is behind the urgency in this matter?
The only thing I can tell you, and we simply don't know at this point, the alien might be generating some form of energy that can disrupt warp drives and affect the major traffic lanes in that sector.
Yes, that would prove to be a major inconvenience.
More than that, it could be a matter of life or death. Right now, there are a lot of ships handling the plague on Rengloppen. Medical supplies are being ferried in, and they cannot be interfered with. The casualties would be catastrophic.
Mission parameters? If the creature exists, what are my orders regarding it?
I know how you feel about sparing the critters whenever it's possible. If you feel that the life form can be moved without harm, then that's fine. However, I must stress that your primary mission is to restore the traffic lanes for that region. Starfleet Command has a lot of friends on Rengloppen, and their concerns have to be addressed. Am I clear, Captain?
Yes, sir. I'll see what can be done. As soon as we have the coordinates, the Antyllus will be on our way.
I'll send you the data packet right away. No excuses, Holt. Get it done.
No one can see me, Captain, but you'll hear me in your head. I won't be able to do this for long. The connection between realities is very tenuous. I understand. Two universes are intertwining. Both timelines are in perfect sync. You'll be switching back and forth in an instant during the crossover events. But they are linked. What you do in one affects the other. So ignore the strangeness of the situation. Easy for you to say. This is the mission I made the mistake, which later on led to disaster for my Antyllus and crew. Even worse, it allowed Frost to accomplish some devastating things. So all I have to do is the opposite of what you did originally? Not quite that simple, but in principle, that's what you must do. All right. Anything else you can tell me for now?
Data pack received, Captain.
Very well, Mrs. Rock. Transfer the coordinates to the navigation station. Helmsman, as soon as you receive the coordinates, take us out of here.
Setting course.
Analysis, Brooks.
We're all clear, Captain. There is no danger within our scanner range.
Let's sweep the area. Yellow alert for now. Anything, Brooks?
We're all clear, Captain. Just your typical day on board the Antyllus.
I understand the sentiment, Brooks, but maintain vigilance.
Captain, I'm reading a slight drop in engine power.
Wasn't that a sign that the life form may be nearby?
Yes, it is, Sharp.
I was born on Earth.
And when you were old enough, you applied to Starfleet from there?
I certainly did.
Aren't you curious from where I come from?
Not anymore. I investigated you most thoroughly.
Really?
Know thy enemy.
Ridiculous. You like me. I know it, and you know it.
Whatever. Ugh, finally. Now be quiet so I can do my job.
Anything on the scanners?
I adjusted the frequency bands, and now I'm picking up what I believe to be the creature.
On screen.
There are energy readings emanating from it. They are interfering with getting clear readings.
Brooks, adjust your scanners to match Tazrak's frequencies. Without our scanners, we won't be able to do our jobs properly.
The creature has seen us. Energy output is increasing.
Maintain full shields. Try and put a little distance between us. If that's the worst the creature can do, we should be all right.
I'm not so sure. When that wave struck us, all systems took a hit. We're down 40% now, Captain.
My scanner has also lost a lot of power.
Any other damage?
Computer's offline, Captain.
What?
Put some distance between us and that creature, Captain. I believe we might get our power back.
Okay, back us away, but don't lose the creature's position.
Power slowly returning, Captain.
Excellent. That was a good hunch, Sharp.
Yes, that and the fact that I may be able to identify the life form.
Indeed.
Sharp, you recognize it?
Yes. Well, it's remarkably similar to the Antyllus, a space creature found in the Thrundret sector. Only they are much smaller in scale than this one.
Perhaps this one's a relative? Maybe this could be the larger cousin to the Antyllus?
But if that is true, this species differs in the way it defends itself. The Antyllus cannot conjure up energy outputs to attack like this one can.
I see. Well, our job remains. We have to move it out of here, or destroy it.
Captain, I would like to avoid that. It does have the right to survive.
Agreed. Let's continue to study it and see what we can learn. From there, we'll make a plan. We have some time.
Scanners are picking up an approaching craft.
And again, maybe not. Does Rock's status on our long-range scanners?
Operating at a reduced capacity, but operational enough to receive vital information.
Good. Readings on those ships. What can you tell me about them?
They are an unknown race at this time, Captain. The technological level, based on their ship construction, is less than our own. I do not believe they present any danger to us.
Despite the fact we are outnumbered.
Yes, Captain.
Well, let's not get overconfident. Sharp, you recognize the life form. Anything you could tell me about who is operating those ships?
Not at this time, Captain.
I thought Thrundrets knew everything.
For the most part, we do.
An accurate description for Vulcans as well.
You have something, Tazrak?
I initiated a search on my high-security database to see anything resembling our 3 ships out there.
What have you learned?
With minor exceptions, the design of the ships indicate that they could be a race known as agnocords. Extremely xenophobic and aggressive whenever they are encountered. As a result, very little is known of them. The Federation does not have any treaties with them in place currently.
Yes, I did know the answer after all.
Of course. What are they doing now? Readings.
Working on it, Captain. Their behavior makes no sense.
To us, maybe. You can be sure, to them, it does.
I'm now picking up some kind of telepathic energy.
I'm sensing it too.
Are we being attacked?
The energy is not directed at us, Captain.
Then where?
At the creature, Captain.
Are you saying they are talking to it?
The creature is reacting to the telepathic beam. It's in distress.
Are we reading the situation right?
Now the creature is reacting to the beam in pain.
I concur. And now the creature is emanating some energy waves of its own. The scanners are no longer functioning properly. In fact, the entire computer is offline.
What about our shields?
Functioning, but not at full power.
Sickbay. Dr. Miles.
Sickbay here, Captain.
I know you've been monitoring the situation. Anything you can tell me about the space creature, Doc?
All my long-range medical scans have proven to be inconclusive. Almost like phasers bouncing off a deflector shield. I've never seen anything like it. I'll keep at it and let you know if I figure something out.
Very well, Doctor.
Sickbay out.
I have an answer, Captain. These life forms naturally emanate Gazbanez waves. Harmless to us, of course, but hazardous to our computer systems.
These type of waves interact with ships and take a long time to dissipate.
Once they leave the ship, our system should return to normal.
Any chance that this is a deliberate act of sabotaging us?
No, sir. I doubt they are even aware our computers would be affected. The waves are a natural part of their being, like breathing is to us.
No wonder the doc had such a hard time reading the creature.
I'm only concerned with our vulnerability right now. If an emergency should arrive at this time...
Captain, I think we are misunderstanding the point of this event.
And what is that, Tizrak?
The creature's natural energy emanations were exacerbated by a deliberate act from the Agnicores.
Are you suggesting...
That the Agnicore know that they cannot defeat us, so they are using the creature to attack and disable us.
Engines down, Captain.
Always stay vigilant against the weaker opponent. We need to buy some time. Let's open a channel and speak to the Agnicore.
I doubt they will respond to us, given how much they despise everyone.
Point taken. We'll speed the diplomatic process as fast as we can without being rude, then get our ship up and running again. Starlin, open the channel.
Channel open, Captain.
This is Captain Holt Allen of the Antyllus, representing the United Federation of Planets.
I am Grimatrice, leader of Flight Group 62. What right do you have invading our space? We demand you leave the area immediately.
There is no official claim on this region. Nevertheless, we are on a mission of mercy.
That is no excuse for your intrusion. State the nature of your mission.
I will, if you will explain why you are here.
That is none of your business. We have the right to defend ourselves.
Defend yourselves? Who are you fighting with? Maybe we can offer you assistance.
An offer of help an invitation to disaster. We are not so foolish, and we won't let our guard down.
I admire your strength. However, we are on a peaceful mission. There is no conflict with your people.
So you say. We know different.
I know you are aware of our superior technology. The fact that we're having this conversation should indicate to you that we are not attacking you in any way.
Another lie. A friendly suggestion then. Reverse your course and sublight yourselves out of our territory.
Perhaps we can arrive at a solution working together. Cooperation on both sides seems like a reasonable way to go. You didn't say your name or your intentions.
No, I didn't.
Interesting.
And informative.
Let's compare notes, Dizrak.
Captain, what is not said can be very telling.
Agreed. My impression is they are afraid of us being here. More than that, they know the Antyllus is too powerful under normal circumstances to push us away.
Which explains why they are using the creature to do the work for them.
The bigger question, Dizrak, why are they willing to risk war with the Federation?
It may be a case of territory defense, taken to the extreme.
Maybe. But my instincts are telling me
That the creature was brought here as some sort of security measure.
for what reason?
We must try and get some readings beyond the creature.
Hab, reroute power to Dizrak's scanners, but maintain shields at all costs. Clear?
Aye, sir.
I believe we are close enough to attempt communication with the creature, Captain.
Do you think it'll understand Galactic Standard?
No, I was thinking of the Threndrek's ability to adjust brainwave patterns and organize them as a language.
What will you tell it?
It's not as simple as that. However, my goal is to convince it we mean it no harm. And we are not responsible for what the Agnicores are doing to it.
It will take great skill to convey that much information.
Naturally, Threndreks are always up to the task.
They certainly believe that, at any rate, Captain.
Well, it's worth a shot. How long will it take to complete your preparations, Sharp?
About 30 minutes, Captain. No more than that.
Excellent. Proceed, Mr. Sharp.
Yes, Captain.
I wish to point out, with our shields fluctuating, the Agnicores might try and slip someone aboard this ship, maybe even an explosive device. We must remain vigilant.
Good point, Dizrak. I'm going to stretch my legs and visit the science lab. Inform me if the situation changes. Gordon, it's good to see you. But, well, you rarely bring good news. I am the bearer of information, and that should be enough for you. Think how fortunate it is to have me around. Oh, I do. But it was not my intention to insult you. I know that. We need to figure this situation out. From the in-between realities. You mentioned a shatter point and a decision not taken that led to the destruction of your Antyllus. Yes, thanks to the intersection of the different universes, we are at the right time and place. Although in reality, they occurred years apart. Let's not muddy the waters. This should be simple. What did you do in this situation the first time? I will then explore the other option and fix the problem. If only it were that simple. The fact is, I've placed you in a causality loop. It was unintentional and unexpected. Causality loop? I'm afraid so. Does that matter? We can still take a course of action that differs from yours and resolve this, right? There are quantum complications at play here. Meaning? Hold. Meaning that there might not be a way out like we thought. You said causality loop. If I get your meaning, how long have we been stuck here? We've had this conversation 6 times now. What? We've done this dance 6 times before? As far as I am aware of. There is a possibility that it might be more. That implies multiple failures involving our predicament. True. But since I can exist outside this timeline, we have an advantage at work here. I remember all the events in a way that otherwise could not be remembered by you or your crew otherwise. So what went wrong? Are we making the same mistakes over and over again? No. But it's not that simple either. I'm sure. But to the point, what has been tried? And what is the next move? 6 times. 6 different strategies employed. I'm thinking we tried the right move, but it was the wrong time to do it. Let's focus on that. What exactly do you mean by time? The currents of causality are unpredictable. A right move at the wrong time can result in failure. This has been the case for us the last 6 attempts. Have you always known this? Not consciously. It's not as if this situation is an everyday occurrence. I'm not an oracle of perfection, Holt. Sorry, Gordon. I didn't mean that as an accusation. I'm just a man looking for some answers. Yeah, me too. Would it help if I called my officers in? Despite their insights and intelligence, my instincts say the answer must come from ourselves. This mission is a ripple from the Frost event. A creature out there. How does it fit into this problem? As a life form, it's not important. But in this particular moment, it's become essential. Agreed. The bigger question is it the creature? Or is it distracting us from the problem? Good question. Look, we can speculate at each other for an eternity, but a locked-in reality is our enemy. Solutions. That's what's required. Yes. And adherence to the one constant in the universe. Change. You might be onto something. A new paradigm. Yeah. Let's think about this. The situation can look like one thing, and to an extent be that thing, but at the same time is altogether something else. Much like the Antyllus. She was designed to be a medical vessel and at the last moment reassigned into a heavy cruiser. True. But I was thinking of the human condition. What does it mean to us? We scratch, claw, and fight at everything the universe throws at us. We want to learn to grow, all the while surviving. Why do we do this? It's how we're built. Call it the survival reflex. Which is exactly what the space creature is doing. Agreed. So what do we do about it? We need to deflect the energy-depleting waves and render the creature harmless without killing it. Noble. But if it could be done, Why hasn't the science officer suggested it? Because we're going to think outside the box. Can you translate the way your suit works into a process the Antyllus can use? But I don't fully understand how my suit works. This is alien technology. Gordon, think about it. If we can transport the waves into another dimension before they strike us, that would buy us enough time to resolve the situation. There isn't enough time. You'll be destroyed long before I can get back with the answers. Are you giving up? We don't do that. The universe is literally depending on us. As if I didn't know. If only we could make the Antyllus act like your suit. Wait a minute. Maybe it can't be done. However, what are you thinking? What if I act as a conduit, using my suit as a portal? You would be a living deflector shield. Brilliant. But is it possible? I really don't know. The technology is partly powered by the brain of its user. If I can clearly rationalize a course of action, maybe it's possible. We have to try. It's probably the only way. You get back up to the bridge. I'll see what I can do. How will I know what to do? Look for a window of opportunity. Whatever it may be. Holt, it may kill me, or send me to somewhere you'll never see me again. Don't let that stop you. Act when you can. There is too much at stake. Are we clear? Clear. Good luck, Gordon. To us both. Captain's log, supplemental. I've informed my crew what we are trying to do. Power levels on the Antyllus are critical. I fear I may have no choice but to destroy the creature if our options run out. Despite initial confusion involving Gordon's actions, the bridge stands ready to act. Status.
The waves are still hitting us, Captain.
Have switch over everything to our deflectors, except life support.
Aye, sir. That will buy us another hour at the current power drain rate.
Thanks, Ab. Do what you can.
Readings are good. We'll know more in a moment.
Confirmed, Captain.
Excellent. But what does that mean?
Allow me, Captain.
Go ahead, Sharp.
The attack rays are being bounced off and reflected back at the alien ships, which then are being changed and hitting the space creature.
I see.
An accurate description. But the reason for this is unknown at the time. Logically, I cannot see how this is occurring so suddenly.
Time is relative, Tizrock. It may appear that it's happening fast, but in reality, it could be hours, days, years.
How would you know this, Captain?
Gordon, we discussed the idea of him using Frost technology to aid us. How is he doing this? I simply don't know.
Intriguing. It would appear we have a guardian angel.
Indeed, Tizrock.
The rays have completely stopped, Captain.
What's happening out there?
The Agnicor vessels have retreated out of range. The space creature is exuding more power. A healthy life reading since we arrived.
Amazing. What's the creature doing now?
It's radiating a displacement pattern. I believe it's preparing to exit this zone.
As we hoped.
All's well that ends well.
vanished. I am reading a radiation beam emanating from the place where it existed. It is identical to what we know of Frost technology.
What is its heading?
Coordinates are clear. The beam is targeting an area of Sector 667.
Then that's where we are going. Navigator, plot us a course.
Yes, sir.
And let's keep our eyes open. We are about to face the unknown head on.